Say hello.
Sounds like my lovemaking.
Hey.
Is that how we're starting this? That's the intro.
That's the intro right there. Yeah.
Okay, well. So guess what? Welcome to Anything But One podcast, episode 100. Woo! We have done 100 bloody friggin' episodes of this goddamn show. And what better way to celebrate than bringing back all of the previous hosts, except for Knightley, who forgot about it and then couldn't make it after all. So, it gives me great pleasure to welcome back to the podcast Merrick. Hello, Merrick.
Hello. Hello.
And HungDonkeyman Dave himself.
Hello.
And of course, the other two who are here all the time.
Us losers, yeah.
But yeah.
Hello.
And if you're watching this on the tubes, on the YouTubes, you'll see that this is also, it's also with cameras. You can see our beautiful mugs.
Oh, nuts. Does that mean I actually need to look at the camera rather than building high elves?
Yeah.
Yes. Occasionally, that'd be good.
No painting this time.
I had to put on a shirt for this. I was very disappointed.
Yeah, but what else have you got on? That's the real question. Have you put trousers on?
It's bold of you to assume I'm wearing trousers.
Don't ask him to stand up and we're fine.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I won't ask him to take a bow either. I was going to do that. So, yeah, I mean, I'm 12th-man, I'm Alex. I'm here as I have been since day dot, since day number 1. And there's only one other person who can say the same. My friend is to my left. He's going to introduce
You realise
himself.
that to me,
You have
he's
just-
to your right.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm
You've
going to
just
be on
pointed
everyone's
to the,
different. Yeah.
Everyone,
Yeah, but-
I think it's different for everyone else. On my backup recording, you have just pointed at empty space.
If you think about it, as long as it's not the backup recording we have to use, it will look completely fine from my perspective.
But
So
on the off chance that we do have to resort to my recording, that's going to be very funny.
then my good friend to my upper left.
That's
Important
me.
question.
Damn it.
How do I point at Alex? How do I point? Where do I point?
In my head, I am
That way?
beneath you.
Yeah, you are for me.
Yes, that's me. I'm sort of beneath you and to the
mean-
side a bit.
Who am I
are
pointing?
indeed
Who am I
beneath
pointing at if I do that?
Me.
Oh, excellent! I've smashed it first time. There we go.
Do you know, I said to everybody, I don't have an agenda for this episode because I thought we would just end up talking shit for 2 hours and wasting time. And I'm fully confident in the fact that that's happened. So, God.
This opening also, if you're not watching the YouTube video, makes no sense whatsoever as well.
We should
It's
do
a
some
great-
speaking then, shouldn't
Right
we?
now.
Oh, right,
It's,
okay.
it's a great visual medium, for sure.
Yeah, sure.
In that case, let's do some speaking. So I'm Alex, I'm 12th-man, I'm here as always. Who else is here with me? The fun bit is who's going to speak first. Who else is here? Now there's friggin' 5 of us.
Me, I'm here. Matt Nightwing here, as always, since the day dot as well. Yeah. One of the OGs. No, I don't know what G stands for.
A gamer.
Original gamer.
Original guys, yeah.
Who's next?
You've got me, Nazgob. I am still currently a host. I do not know how long
Yeah,
I've been here.
bold of you
It
to
is
say that.
Some time.
A while.
I guess the
It's
letter
been a
hasn't
while.
arrived yet then. You know, I know exactly how long you've been here for because that will come up later. When I said I'd done no
Is
prep,
that-
there's a bit of prep.
You've done prep.
It's a very small amount of prep.
I have
You
done
bastard.
no prep whatsoever.
Also, no prep at all.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Nothing's changed there then.
Not wrong.
So who else is
Not
there?
wrong.
Come on, introduce yourself, you old long-toothed
You all
grizzled.
Say, HungDonkeyman. Back from my donkey maniacs. They've been missing me. So,
And we got a fresh bucket of internet sent to him just especially for the occasion as well.
Yeah. We were talking about it just before we started. We figured out what the problem was. At least somebody did. It turns out there was a fault in the line. Did a man just turn up and go, oh, here it is, click, that should be better?
I probably got fed up with. Someone said. Anyway, I had someone here, a computer bloke, because my computer's playing up, he'd come and fix that. And I said about the internet, he goes, it might be on the line. I said, no, it can't be that. I'm sure it's the router in his old house and was trying to go like, no, I'll ring up the internet company for you, like a bloody little girl. And then, it turns out there was a fault in the line, so they BT come the next day and it was all sorted.
Hey!
So for the last 12, well, daughter's 18.
Oh, God.
Years after we've been down there, and it turns out just a fault.
The question is, how long would it have gone on for? Would we have been here, an old man donkey man who's 85 going, oh, there's just bad internet down this bit. But Dad, we're all plugged into the blogosphere now. No, that'll never happen.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's wonderful to have you back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say wonderful to be here, but
Yeah, it's a bit early for that.
you know
Nah.
I'm here.
And lastly, we got Merrick. Hello, Merrick.
Hello, yes, I'm Merrick. I quit a few years ago now. Can't remember when. 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, no, I'm back. Thank you for having me back.
You've
I
come
think I
back.
said
Did you come back before?
no. Since I officially retired, because I was like, yeah, I'm done. I've got nothing more to add to podcasts, pretty much. So
Anything
it's
we
like,
do?
Yeah.
This is obviously, yeah.
Like-
we have nothing now.
We reached that in about episode 10, to be honest. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, we're all back, united. Like you said, there was meant to be a nightly as well. And we said, hey, let's all do this podcast thing. And Nightly went, yeah, that'd be really good. And then today he went, oh, wait, I'm not free. And we went, all right. And he went, to be fair, I've not played Blood Bowl in 5 years, so I probably can't add much to it. And we said, all right, fine. See you later.
I mean, if you extend that to haven't played Blood Bowl well, that might eliminate some more of us.
Honestly, if you extend that to having played Blood Bowl well, then that's my entire Blood Bowl career. So, like,
yeah, I am out.
why
at
am I
that point.
here?
Yeah.
Hey, I peaked in 2017. I did one tournament with broken vampires, and that's it. I mean, I had to break the rules to do it, basically. But that was it. That's the best I've ever done. Straight
But
downhill
you did
from
it.
there.
You did it successfully.
But I did it. And I've even got the trophy behind me. And I've never showed it to someone because I always feel dodgy qualifying it. I'm like, yeah, I won a tournament. It was with vampires when the rules were different and they all broke. But apart from that, yeah, I definitely won.
Yeah.
So speaking of actually playing Blood Bowl, though, so Merrick and Dave, obviously you've not been on the podcast for a little while. Are you still involved in the hobby at all in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah, I am playing a few other games. I was playing Age of Sigmar for a long time. I still do, but I haven't played for a while. But during lockdown, it sort of had a local group sort of come out the woodwork. Turns out there's and like people who are bored at home ended up buying into GW stuff and like you do, like a hell of a lot of people did, I think.
Yeah.
And played at school, fancied having another go. So yeah, we found a few. So I had a local group within the local villages, and we've been meeting up. And we started off playing Kill Team, the latest version,
Nice.
and then what else we doing? Well, spoilers. Played a bit of Blood Bowl as well.
What?
Ooh.
He's making his comeback. He's
Madness.
making his comeback.
Well, only sevens, which is I can go into it more, but I find it such a really good version of it,
Yeah.
especially for quick pick up games, or we started a little league amongst ourselves.
A Sevens League?
Yeah, well, we haven't quite ironed out the kinks of it, but then tour play. I've only just learned about that recently.
Yes.
Is that a big thing?
What's it called?
Tour play. Yeah, it is so it was used at the Star Player Showcase this weekend in Cardiff. Apparently went very smoothly. They're using it in the latest Firestorm League, Alex, I think.
Oh,
which
this
I
is
signed up
the
for.
app, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently it's really quite good.
I
Yeah.
think whether it's Spanish base or something like that, or something. One of the continental.
It looks really good.
It's very flashy, yeah.
So I've messed up and made a little league for our sevens on there, and it supports sevens as well. So interesting
that's really
to see how that.
Yeah. I think Wobbert showed it to me, and it was just like all of a sudden, where the hell did this come from? Because we were used to, in the old days, OBBLM was the way we did it.
Yeah,
and OBBLM
right,
But
was
it's
a
even
bastard.
replacing score.
I was going to say, yeah, it does all the functions
Well,
Score does as well.
That's good. I mean, it's about time. You know, Score is great, but it really is on its last legs. You know, anybody who wants to make an update to it or change it or improve it or change or anything like that knows that it's long since gone. You know, getting in there and updating it is not so straightforward. That's really cool.
Yeah, well, it's fun in itself. I paid £4 to just start on the league. Well, that's not a lot, and you can split that between however many people.
Yeah. Well, that's a
and
pint,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing really.
Well, up your way, maybe.
I was going to say depends where you're living at the moment. It ain't in Bristol right now. Let's put it that way.
I had to go away for work recently, and I had bought a pint, and it was €10, and that was the most I've ever paid for a pint. And I thought, it was fucking horrific.
And then, so on the Blood Bowl still, I sort of been on a bit of a kick, and I started lurking in a local, North Somerset, so based in Western, North Somerset Blood Bowl League, which looks like it's got a fair few players in there, and they've got a new season starting in a couple of weeks, I think. So I'm in an hour in whether to join.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So
Yeah.
it's amazing how, even if you can be somewhere that isn't a city centre or whatever, you just find people. So how did you find these people? Was it on Facebook or something?
Well, it's through Discord. There's a Discord for a local store, and someone posted on there and jumped on it. I'm not, to be honest, I've never been that big a fan of Discord, but all the groups seem to be using it recently.
They really do.
Yeah.
It will become the new Skype soon enough. It will become so bloated and horrible, nobody will use it again. Just like how we did. Do you remember the good old days, everybody? This might be before you, Mike. I can't remember.
Using Skype, yeah.
Were you here when we recorded on Skype, Mike?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
It
yes.
was painful. It was very painful.
Earlier, I was listening to some old episodes, just random ones to see, to find various bits and bobs. And there was an episode where the sound was so bad. We had echoes. I could hear Matt twice.
Yeah.
We had some people very loud, some people very quiet. Could barely hear other people. It was just a case of, right, leave, come back, let's start again. Can you believe just how fucking dreadful it used to be?
Yeah.
Yes, no, I can believe it.
It doesn't say a lot for us, does it?
Anyone who was there can believe it.
We were recording on, on little shitty old. Hello, everybody. There was an episode.
My old USB microphone, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there was an episode where I can't remember who it was. It might have been J-Bone who was talking to me a while ago. And he said it sounded like somebody was eating a packet of crisps. And I was like, what are you on about? And it's because I hadn't shaved. And the microphone kept brushing against various beard hairs. So it was just going. It was like, you eat a packet of sweets.
I mean, there's also a non-zero chance that somebody was eating a packet of crisps on the.
That's true.
We have that level of professional standards.
Look, we were always intended to be the quantity over quality podcast. We would churn out episodes like nobody's business, but they wouldn't necessarily be very good episodes. But there was a lot of content. We were the big sack of chips episode of podcasts. Other podcasts were small, delicate, delicious pies and haute cuisine or whatever. And we were like, no, big bag of chips. There you go. It'll keep you going, but it'll probably kill you if you have too much of it. That was us.
I mean, we even went quantity. We even went quantity over quality on the hosts as well. So
exactly. We were swiftly overtaken by the two drunk flings, who I don't know how many there are now. I think they're up to about 15 or 16. They've got more hosts than episodes.
Yeah.
They managed to go more hosts and better editing as well. So I don't quite understand how that worked.
Thing is, what I used to do is hold on. I'm drinking ice. Never a good idea. I used to listen to the episodes in the morning. So I used to drive into work.
Generally, you don't drink solids.
Exactly. That's why I looked so weird when I was doing it. It just didn't work. I used to drive into Bristol every morning. And if you know what it's like to drive into Bristol, folks at home, and you guys will all know it very well, it's a long, lovely, hour-long, 20-minute drive. Do you know what I mean? So I had an hour in and an hour out. And that was enough time to listen to the whole podcast and make notes of, oh, God, this bit sounded really bad. I need to go and edit that. I need to edit that. And then probably 20, 30 episodes in, I got so sick of the sound of my own frigging voice that I just stopped doing it. I just went, I'm not doing it anymore. I refuse. And my job changed. So I no longer drove in for that long.
Well, what do you think I did the podcast?
Oh, man.
Fuck this guy. I'm sick of him.
Fair enough. No, it's fair enough. And then, because the commute is shorter, I was like, now I have to actually go out of my way to listen to it. Just in my day. I'm not. Why would I do that? It's ridiculous. And I found a guy to do it in the end, though. A guy said, I'll listen to the episode first. I'll listen to the episodes and let me know if there's any quality problems. And then unfortunately, he couldn't do it anymore. So now it's just a kind of free for all Wild West no man's land.
I can't take it anymore.
Exactly. There's a certain amount of people going to do it for a certain amount of time, and then they have to stop.
The only bit of feedback is just listens to it. It's like, mate, it's just a shit podcast. just don't put it out.
There's no nicer way to put this. It's just bad.
Nowadays, we don't edit. We just go, publish, fine. Yeah, check it out there. Check it out there. It's good.
I mean, when you say nowadays we don't edit, how much editing was done in the early days?
Oh.
Seriously.
Well, I can tell you.
Yeah, quite a bit.
Quite a bit. So what I used to do is I used to get everyone's vocals together and I used to listen through it, and every click and every pop and every cough and every splutter, I used to mute out. So I used to go through and chop, 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 chop. And then what would happen is you wouldn't hear us all going click, 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 or whatever, because I thought nobody wants to listen to that. And then, yeah, it takes a long time. It takes a good few hours to do that. And then if the audio was wrong, I'd have to go back and change a few bits and add bits at the beginning, add bits at the end. I sometimes added sound effects and whatever. So quite a fair old little bit. I used to use Logic Pro on my MacBook, which is now 12 years old. And quite recently, it just stopped working. Which is, to be fair, the laptop is very old. And it went, look, mate, I can't do this anymore. And whenever I tried to run Logic, it would go, nope, just not going to do it. So then I'm now recording on something else, something called Reaper. And I don't know Reaper very well. So I can't do all the fancy editing I used to be able to do.
Right, yeah.
I'm learning how to do it all, but it's less difficult. So it's more difficult. I used to be able to know how to add all stuff, add reverbs and reverse audios and sound effects. But now on Reaper, I haven't got a clue. So it's more simple. But here's a fun little thing for any audio editors out there. I'm recording at a different sample rate to everyone else. What that means is when I finish recording, my audio is about 10 seconds shorter than everyone else's. So I have to stretch it out, which is why we keep going out of sync. And it's incredibly annoying. But anyway, there you go. Wasted degree, that is.
That's a well used degree.
I know.
Clearly,
I somehow used my degree to make it harder for myself and broke it. But there we are. So, yeah, it used to take a little bit of time, and then there was the listening of the episode. And the downside of doing that, though, is it also meant it took a while to get the episodes out. Whereas nowadays, we go to a tournament on a weekend, we record the following weekend, and I can release it on the Monday or the Tuesday.
Yeah.
Which means we're out very quickly. Do you know what I mean?
Fresh new content out there quickly.
Even if it's crap.
Exactly. Remember what
I said it's fresh and new. I never said it was good.
Well, originally, way back when on day one, it was a conversation between, it was us four, wasn't it? Me, Merrick, Matt, and Dave. We were like, let's do a podcast. And we said, oh, what we'll do is this podcast out there that I ramble on for 2 hours every episode, and they release once every 6 years. Let's not do that. Let's have a short, sharp episode every week. So half an hour every week, and then we'll be little and often. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, what a good idea. And then we started recording the first one, and we were like 2 hours in, and we were like, what? How did that happen?
Yeah.
And we tried to do it every week for a while, I think. And then after a little while, we were like, actually, we have various commitments like wives, families, and jobs, which don't let us record for 2.5 hours every Sunday.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, some of you have commitments. I'm just sat here, just like.
I remember I was still farming like flat out then, and then I was getting up at 5:30 in the morning. I'd be sat here, we were talking bloody nonsense, and I was going past 12 o'clock, and I'm thinking, shut the fuck up. I want to go. There's nothing wrong with me, internet. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, you're just there, like, oh no, oh shit.
just to unplug the router. Sorry, guys, there's been a problem.
Oh, what nightmare.
Do you remember coming up with the name for the podcast? I remember us being in the Old Duke, which was. I missed that as a venue. I do miss the Old Duke. We were upstairs, and I swear we were all there, and we were like, so yeah, we're going to do this podcast then. Yeah, it's a good idea. What should we call it? Ooh, don't know. We were going to call it the Bubba-cast for a while. Do you remember that?
We were for a bit, yeah.
Yeah, I think we come up with it pretty quick.
It was something. I don't know if we were watching a game and one of us actually said that, anything but a one or something. I can't remember what it was. I feel like I was watching you play, Matt. Maybe you were playing Dave.
I think it might have been, yeah.
If it involved a one, it was probably Matt, to be fair.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
And you were like, anything but a one. It was like in the film when someone says it and the music stops and they go, say that again. You know, anything but a one? Yeah, it's perfect. You know. No. But I do remember how it started. Do you remember how it all started? We were in the Blood Bowl Bristol Facebook group. Well,
yeah.
We're in the Bubba group, and I'm pretty sure I spent a week listening to some podcasts because I was driving around for work. And then I just went onto the Bubba group and said, hey, anybody want to be in a podcast? And you guys went, yeah, all right. It's like, all right, cool. There we go.
Put the names into the hat. Yeah.
It's only marginally more professional than the way I was invited into the podcast, so it seems fair.
How were you invited, Mike? Tell us the story.
I mean, from memory, there was we're doing a podcast and these guys are dropping out. Do you want in? All right.
Yeah?
I'm pretty sure it was honestly that simple.
Well, what more do you need?
Yeah, an extensive recruiting process was done, and your name came up. At the
Tap on
bottom
the
of
shoulder.
at the bottom of a list of other names. They didn't want to do it, so we asked you. So
Yeah. I think I remember that. I feel like I was talking to you. What was it? It was night time. It was a moonlit night. I'm sure it was like I was walking you back to your car after a match or something. I was like walking with you through Bristol, and I was like, oh, by the way, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, good times. I can't remember how Francis got involved. I can't remember asking Knightley. How did that happen?
It just showed up.
He probably just turned up one day.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's quite early on, wasn't
Well,
I was still there when he started.
yeah, you were. So it was us four originally. Was it then yourself who. Did you leave first, Dave? I can't remember.
Yeah.
You left, I think. And then I thought, we've got to have 4 people, otherwise
Yeah,
all be
Francis
included.
already had.
Yeah, how are we going to talk over everyone if there's not loads of us? So
Exactly. So, yeah.
We don't want to keep it succinct and.
And then he did the same as everyone else. He heard too much of me and went, fuck this. And then decided he didn't want to do it anymore. Scaring everyone off. Good times. And yeah, I remember because we'd come up with a plan. It was a case of, hey, let's do every episode. Let's do every team, every skill, every star player. And at the end of 52 weeks, we'd have done everything if we recorded once a week, except we didn't.
Yeah, it took like, what, 3 years to do that? When it
we
should have
did
only taken a
do.
year.
I was going to say we did do all the teams.
We did.
And then
But it
we
did take
even
3 times longer than intended.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we
Back over him again, do another suite.
We did after Blood Bowl 2016 because we went through the new teams.
Yeah. We did them all in one episode.
Yeah, I mean, it only took, 6 hours?
Yeah.
Was this the legendary 6-hour episode that.
There have been a couple, to be fair.
Oh, God, really? Has there been more than one?
This was the longest by a long shot. It was I still to this day attest that it's the longest episode of a Blood Bowl podcast ever. I challenge anybody to break that record.
Yeah.
It's about as long a working day. You could start it at 9 o'clock and you'd only just be finished by the time you finished work.
I think we did record that over about 4 weeks, didn't we? And I think
I
have a feeling that
we dropped in and out, each of us.
Alex missed a large quantity of it.
I missed about a third of it, I think. Because, it was like, okay, this week we'll do what we can. Next week, I can't make it. You guys just record a bunch of other teams. And then the week after that, I can make it again. So, because we did the teams in the order they appear in the book, I just randomly disappear. So, it's like Amazons, Black Orcs, and then I'm just gone. And then I come back again. And then I come away again, come back again.
Yeah, I think that's right for that. Although, to be fair, when we recorded the Dungeon Bowl game we played, that must have been a fairly decent length as well.
That's true, but we didn't do that as an episode on the podcast. We just did it as a video on YouTube.
We did it as a video, I think, didn't we?
And it was edited down to about 2 hours, but the actual game session itself was about 4.
That took me a whole day to edit. And the editing job looks shit. And that's why I'm so disappointed. If I took a day and it was like, oh, beautiful, smooth, wonderful, I'd be like, yeah, okay, fine. But it's like a video editor, I ain't. You know what I mean?
I actually stumbled upon it again because I was going through, I've got like multiple different YouTube accounts and channels and stuff. And it
For
was
your
uploaded
alter
to
egos.
Pretty much just, and every time I forget a password, basically. But it was uploaded to one of my channels, and I stumbled upon it because I was like, oh wow, I've forgotten about this one, and I was like, oh wow, it's got the Dungeon Bowl game. So I had a watch through it. It's just like, wow, there's a lot of silence in that as you fast forward stuff. It's just long periods of emptiness and nothing as you fast forward through the game. And I'm like, wow, if anybody watched this all 2 hours of it, fair play to you.
It's because I thought, okay, you've got to know everything. You've got to follow every step and every step. And then I thought the best thing to do is to just fast forward through all the boring bits. And so I literally did that. And so
unfortunately, by fast forwarding through the boring bits, you made it boring.
I might have I may have the unedited video somewhere. I might have got rid of it because there's a lot of it. Shall I release the unedited friggin' 6.5 hour cut, which is just literally the whole thing?
To be fair, we should do like a commentary track on it.
Oh, man. I can't remember it. It was like 5 years ago.
In the way of modern films, do a commentary track, yeah.
It would have been about 6 years ago, actually, because I left. It was recorded in the house I was living in Bristol, and I left the house 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago.
Yeah,
so
it's
we're
got to
talking
be
like 6 years.
Well, it was for the 1 year anniversary of the podcast.
Ah, okay.
So that's why we done it.
Be, yeah.
So let's find it. Let's find it. I can tell you exactly when it was. Because again, you don't see many Dungeon Bowl, Blood Bowl, Blood Bowl. You don't see many actual real life versions of Dungeon Bowl on YouTube. Maybe because it's really boring to watch. And it's hard, it's more fun to play than anything else. There we are. Boom. So it was 2 hours, 26 minutes long. So yeah, pretty long.
Yeah.
On October the 11th, 2016. Yeah, 1 year after we started.
Yeah. So
yeah, going out to 6 years.
6 years ago. So everyone, go check that out. It's great.
And someone
I'm
said.
Sure I've never watched that.
Have you never watched that?
Have I got a link for you?
Not the first time we said that on this podcast either.
Also, fun fact about that. Did you know the most visited page on the podcast, one of the most visited pages, in fact, I can tell you exactly how much it is not any of us or any of the episodes or anything fun like that. It is the page that I hosted the rules for Dungeon Bowl on. So I uploaded them as a PDF just so I have somewhere to store them. The most common website that we get is people clicking on that, having just Googled Dungeon Bowl PDF, and there it is. You know what I mean?
But to be fair, you did do a bit of tidying up, and it's a good rule set. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all right.
It's a very clever way to bump up the website visits as well.
That is true.
Just start hosting other documents on there.
It is. I can say that So, where is it? So, like, for example, if I look at all the pages that were visited in the past year, file downloads, for this year, for example, in case you're curious, yeah, well, the Dungeon Bowl rules collectively have got almost 2,000 downloads, and my special How to Play Kenry guide that I spent a whole day writing has got 139. So it's nice to know that I wasted all that time on that guide.
But look at it as value. Think about
value.
You know, we've talked about quantity versus quality. So, you know, maybe it's something like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
And there's 139 Kenry coaches out there who got a lot of use out of that, probably.
Woo!
And I know of at least one who really should have read it because I think I played someone on Fumble recently, and he put basically his entire team on the line of scrimmage.
No! The fool. The madman.
The fool. Fool of a
kick,
took.
ran round.
Alex,
Superb.
quick question. Where is it on the website? Because I can't find it. Your Kenry guide.
So the only way you can find it, actually, thinking about it, is Googling it. So I put it on Twitter, and you follow my Twitter.
Right.
Just like
so you might have a possible reason why no one's clicked it, because you can't find it on the website just by going to the website and looking for it, even in written articles or other stuff.
And I'm waiting for
I was about to go and make it 140, but it's not here.
I mean, to be fair, actually, the 139 is only from 2021, and I wrote it the year before. There's a little bit more the year before that, but it's still eclipsed and dwarfed by the Dungeon Bowl visits. Also, I didn't realise this. I'm looking through the old stats. It's actually, God bloody hell, the listenership peaked in 2017, and it has been on a steady decline since then.
Oh.
No.
When did Dave leave?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
It was all the HungDonkeyman fans out there. Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's the Dunkamaniacs.
There it is. You see that?
Oh, hang on. Let's get this on the. I can watch this. It will be on my recording, but here we go.
There it is. Blub, 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 blub.
But,
oh, well, never mind.
No. You see, the reason is we inspired so many other Blood Bowl podcasts that, you know, there's just so many imitators out there. You know, so much more variety now.
Yeah.
But, you know, we were definitely one of the first Blood Bowl podcasts out there.
Were we?
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? You'll be really surprised with this. I can tell you exactly that as well. Because I helped, the things I get up to. I helped San a little while ago create a Tableau, a little online data dashboard for podcasts. And what it does is it shows you the first episode that they ever did and the last episode they've ever done.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah.
So we are, I mean, we're not far off. So there was a few that started and finished before we even did anything. But
So
ones
will that be Pitch Invasion? Hang on, I'll see if I can work out.
Yeah,
So I remember I started with Three Die Block.
Yeah, Free Die Block's one of them.
Double Skulls.
Yeah, they're before us, yeah.
And Slurpcast.
Yep, definitely they're before us.
Yeah, and then Pitch Invasion was there.
So Pitch Invasion, yes.
The Double Skulls were before. Yeah, Johnny
Yes.
was, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think there was many. I think there was plenty of Americans. There weren't many British ones, was there?
No. So other ones, you've got slightly weird ones. There's one called Skulls and Ones, which is one. Bacon Wrapped Skulls and Ones, they were called. They haven't done an episode for a little while,
I
though.
vaguely remember that.
I recognise the name, yeah.
There was.
Were they like Deep South or something like that? I think.
What, like in America?
Yeah.
It could be. It could be.
Not deep south of the UK.
Yeah, we were that podcast. We were that one. So, yeah, what have I got here? Oh, my data is stored as text. Oh, no, that's terrible. I can't see it properly.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. But there were a few that started and disappeared. There's one called The Siggy Llama Show that appeared and vanished.
That was good. That was. I'm sure he had a load of songs and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
I really like the.
He was, yeah.
Was it Slurpcast that did the interviews? Well, that was quite cool.
Yeah.
The Match Report interview style ones. Those were really good. Yeah, they were really good. Not like
And
us.
to be fair, not only were we one of the first, we've outlasted quite a few of them as well.
Well, that's the good thing about this little thing. You can see we're way up there and we've done so many episodes. It's been nuts.
Right, so what you're saying is we may not have the listenership, but we have longevity and we have
An iTunes account.
Well, that's basically we just haven't gone away.
I've got 100
Longevity,
accounts.
yeah.
140.
Yeah.
Quantity over quality. There we go.
So, actually,
Coming back again.
because of the way I set the podcast up, so any people who want to play making podcasts will know that it's a pain in the ass. The way I did it was I wanted to do it in the cheapest possible way. Like, how can we make a podcast where I spend literally zero money on it? Because there's loads of services where you can just do it, where you pay, I don't know, a couple quid a month and they host it for you, do it all, give you statistics, blah, blah, blah. I did none of that. And because I use a sort of Frankenstein of about 7 different websites and services, it's very difficult to see exactly how many people listen to the podcast at any given time. I can tell you that we get roughly 1,000 or so.
Guesses?
Hey, what?
I was going to say, can we have guesses to see how many?
Yes.
I've got no clue.
Yeah, 1,000
1,000 or so.
Yeah,
but 1,000 or so what?
I was going to say 7. 7 listeners per episode.
7 listeners. Yeah, it's just me. Well, go have a guess. Go on. I'll load it up right now because it may have changed in the meantime. It may have gone down.
Again, yeah.
Were you going to go with, is that 1,000 like streams or downloads? Because probably not downloads, is it? Because people don't really download podcasts anymore.
Valid point.
Well, the service that I use estimates that each episode gets between 1 and 1.2 thousand views, right? And that's just the raw MP3 that I do. So I don't know quite what that means. Is a view a download? Is a view a stream? I'm not sure. But I can tell you that it's about that.
Good.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
That's not too bad, yeah.
The most, let's have a look. What's the most viewed episode? That'll be a fun one. Let's have a look at that, shall we? The most viewed episode, according to the service that I use, is. Anything but one episode 74. What's 74?
Oh, that was a great one, that was.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
I remember it well.
Oh, love a bit of episode
It's got to be
74.
around 2016, though, right?
It's going to be a new edition or something, isn't it?
Ah, well.
Oh, yeah, it's a new edition, yeah.
It's the 6-hour episode where we talked about every single team.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
it
what-
was worth doing.
What I'm hearing
That's
from.
what that means.
What I'm hearing from this is people want us to do more ridiculously long episodes. Say no more, everybody. I got you. Oh, no, hold on. I tell a lie. There was one that was slightly more than that. There was episode 48. What's episode 48? Well, I'll tell you. 48. I have to do this the old fashioned way.
Oh, Chaos Renegades.
It was Chaos Renegade. How do you know that?
I just looked on my phone.
Oh.
I was also just like on
Yeah.
Spotify. Like I'm just looking on Spotify right now because I was curious to see if Spotify did podcasts. They do monthly listeners for artists. I was wondering if they did a similar thing for podcasts. They don't, unfortunately. So there's,
Yeah. It's because if
I
you.
mean, they might do, but only if you reach a certain level.
maybe.
Yeah.
Well, let's have a look at the more popular podcasts and see if there's any, if they have anything.
There's a. It's because if you. The reason that it's hard to get the numbers is you have to have access to the people who access your stream, it's called, your feed. And because I host a feed on one thing, create it on another, and upload it on another one, it's difficult to get the numbers. But that's just what the MP3 tells me. So yeah, there you go. If that's any interest to people at home. Then that one had about 2,500 listens for some reason. I don't know why that one was particularly popular. Maybe people just really wanted to learn about Chaos Pact.
Maybe no one had done Chaos Pact at that point.
Because they're shit.
Maybe I just left for the first time.
I'm sure
I was
it's
going
not
to say, is it one where one of us was missing?
Well, there you go. And in case anybody wants to host a podcast and wants to spend zero money on it, just let me know and I'll tell you how. There's a few
Oh my god,
secrets.
I joke about that. That was an episode. That was the first episode after one of my hiatuses. Because it genuinely was. It was because it was just before we got the new microphones. So I quit because my internet and my mic quality wasn't good enough.
Oh, yeah.
So it was genuinely the first episode after I left.
where we had a sudden spike in interest.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Now, I didn't tell him he had to
I was
leave because
joking.
of it, okay? I didn't say, Mike, your microphone's shit. Get out.
Wow.
Wow, good times.
It
I was
must be
joking,
said
but
that those new mics did make a massive difference.
oh, they really did.
Yeah.
Having listened to the old episodes, oh my God. I'm amazed that anybody gave us the time of day when we said, we're a new podcast. And people went,
I will
"Yeah,
say,
all right."
if it is one of the episodes where we got the quality improved, because there was like a little gap where we went from crappy quality to good quality, it might be that's why it's an increase in like listenership or views, because I was telling people for a while, don't start with the old stuff because it's shit. Start with the new stuff because it's much higher quality.
That's great advertising.
I mean,
realistically. Realistically, I'm not gonna like push him towards.
You've got to really get into it to enjoy it. It's quite highbrow, the first few episodes. So you go right in there.
So if you're a connoisseur of Blood Bowl podcasts,
Oh yeah, no, if you're a connoisseur of absolute like terrible quality audio and choppy internet, then yeah, go watch the older ones. But...
It's like recommending a band. Don't listen to the early stuff. Go in for like some of the mid-range stuff.
It's very experimental, the early stuff. You could barely understand it. I'll tell you, we've got some weird stats on these on the websites. Should I tell you? Do you want to guess? I'll tell you some of the fun things. All right. So, in the order of the most popular countries that we're in, UK is first. We've had the most views on the website from the UK, followed by the United States. Right?
Okay.
So, who's third?
Okay.
I'm going to say the Netherlands.
Yeah, Holland.
Norway.
Spain.
Any further guesses? Ooh.
Russia.
That would be weird.
Oh no, they're on to me.
Bots are listening. Yeah.
It's actually Germany.
Okay, yeah.
So
Okay,
it goes, United States and United Kingdom take up the vast majority of it. Like that's way. The slice of the pie is massive. And then it goes Germany, then Australia, then Canada.
Australia, okay.
And then it comes Sweden, Finland, then the Netherlands. So, you know, we're, for whatever reason, Germans love us. Probably just because they like Blood Bowl.
I think maybe more Germans love Blood Bowl is more the accurate statement there.
Yeah.
What's weird is after you get sort of past a bunch of the kind of more expected countries, you get to things like Japan and South Korea, which I don't understand. I'm assuming it's like bots or something. But, you know, apparently we've had 700 visits from Japanese or South Korean sites or visitors.
Well, it's paid out there, and then you get the expats working out there and stuff.
I suppose. In our 8 years of running, we've only had one view from Libya. What do we?
Oh.
How do we
Listen,
get?
Libyans, if we learn anything from what was it?
Don't say it. Don't say anything that's going to get us in trouble.
Back to the future. Back to the future. That was Libyans, and they're the baddies in there, weren't it?
I'm glad that went in the way that it went.
That was probably the least bad it could have been.
I was going to say we can only assume that Colonel Gaddafi was looking at the Chaos Renegades and just needed to know how to play them.
Well, we've had 3 visits from Saudi Arabia.
If you're a Saudi Arabian prince, we are happy to take any money you want to give us.
Yeah, the fact that none of them became patrons is disappointing.
If we
It'd be like the golf. It'd be like golf. They had a bit like a prestigious Blood Bowl tournament. You get paid millions to play in it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Or it would be cast out. You won't be able to play in softball.
We go over to the Saudi Arabia LVI. Get cast out of the NAF instead. We're expelled from the NAF.
We're only allowed to play non-NAF sanctioned games after that.
Let's be honest, in the traditions of Blood Bowl, if you're expelled by the NAF, that seems normal and right.
True, yeah.
It would be amazing, wouldn't it, to turn up to a tournament in like luxury, got a big golden limo, and it turns out you're being sponsored by the United Arab Emirates to play. We're flying their flag today.
Is it at that point you overlook certain human rights abuses? Actually, I lose track as to which ones are particular. I mean, I know
they
that
are.
Saudi's not great. Oh, they okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
The
one which sticks in my mind at the moment-
Saudis aren't.
Yeah,
I think our
Qatar
opponents.
sticks in my mind.
Yeah, I think our opponents probably forgive us when we're handing out solid gold dice to anyone we play. So
When all of our teams have got Fly Emirates sponsors on the
yeah.
Oh, I want to make a joke about an Amazon team here, but I'm not going to do it because I don't want to get targeted.
No.
Well, I'll tell you what, you wouldn't be able to play. You wouldn't be able to play the new Norse team because they've got the drunkard rule. It'd be illegal, wouldn't it?
All of the alcohol.
True. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah, there we go. So, yeah, 3 views from Saudi Arabia and 3 from Jamaica. I like to think it's somebody who tried an episode, tried another one, thought, tried one more, and said, actually, I definitely don't like this anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
what
you
on
look
earth
at
is
it another
this?
way, this could just be one person who happens to go abroad a lot for work.
This is true, yeah.
Ooh.
We might have a
Wouldn't it be
particularly like
accounts?
yeah.
Yeah, it might be. Or wouldn't it be accounts in that? Oh, I don't know.
Some jet setter, yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's a,
what
a commercial pilot who listens to podcasts to pass the time.
Yeah.
we're really missing the Central African market, I have to say, based on all of the views. We've got South Africa and North Africa, apparently. We've got Libya, we've got South Africa, we've got Zimbabwe. We've got no Chad or anything like that. It's real Central Africa, so we need to figure out as a brand how do we appeal to the Central Africans. So, figure it out, everyone.
Teach them how to play Blood Bowl?
And we'll meet you here in 7 years. Yeah, we're doing a Blood Bowl world tour of Central Africa, Greenland, and where else? Papua New Guinea. Those are the places we have no views in.
I mean, Greenland sounds the simplest of those two to break the market, really.
Yep. We've even got some. Oh, no, we have 0 in Mongolia as well. So,
Oh.
I know. What a shame. Yeah, there we go. All the fun you can do with stats. It's easy to obsess over them, isn't it?
You're
What are we
listening to
talking about?
Analytics Hour with Twelfman.
Hello, welcome to Analytics Hour, where we talk about Central Africa.
We all love some good stats, so.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, tell you what we should talk about. There is a giveaway. There is a giveaway we advertised.
Yes.
Oh, God, there was. Yes.
We did, yeah.
What we said
time
was.
ago at this point.
Have I won? Is that why I've been asked on?
Well done, Dave.
You
You
won the
won.
special prize, Dave.
You win this set of cable tidies that are on my desk. Ironically, tidying nothing. And they've been here for a long time. So,
Ironically, making it more messy.
well, it is. It's just sitting on my desk.
Yeah.
So, a little while ago, Cryptid, aka Printed Players, aka the man who is banned from eating contests at Thrudball, which is a funny story if you haven't heard it. I'll tell it now because it's funny. Did we do our Thrud? We haven't done our Thread episode, have we?
We haven't done a Thread episode yet. We are running slightly late, but we probably ought to at some point soon.
We will do a Thread episode shortly, yeah.
Well, not that shortly, not today.
No.
It
but for
could be
Cryptid.
today, you don't know.
Yeah, me and Dave will just fuck off, and you guys can do your Fred episode.
Oh,
Well-
what's that? My internet's breaking out.
So, yeah, Cryptid, there's an eating contest at Thrudball, and it was 10 burgers in as short a time as possible. And Cryptid did it so quickly and so well, like he was so far in front of everyone else, that they said, you're not allowed to compete anymore until someone breaks your record of eating 10 burgers in, was it 3 minutes?
I think it was sub 3 minutes from what I saw.
Absolutely.
Just burgers or bread as well?
Bread, so it was bread, a long string of burgers and cheese, and then another bit of bread.
I want to say the figure that I saw, because I kept an eye on the FRUD stuff, even though I wasn't there. I want to say 2 minutes 41.
It was something like that.
It was something pretty insane. Yeah.
Something to behold, I hear.
Honestly, that sounds more like fucking inhaling them rather than eating them at that point. That's fucking insane.
But he's a lovely man, he's a good friend of the podcast, and he has donated. I'm jangling it in front of me like a bag of drugs. This team. This could be yours if you'd entered in time. If you haven't entered in time, then it's not going to be yours, I'm afraid.
It's not going to be yours, no.
It's quite nice. It's very nice, actually. It's a Black Orc team.
Nice.
You can't really see the models there because of all the focus of the camera. But it's a lovely Orc team with all the positionals, including the troll, including there's the troll, including goblins, including the whole shebang.
Nice, yeah.
And so the way that you won this was you would tell us your favourite episode of the last 100 episodes. And then we are going to decide which is the best one. And whoever we decide is going to win this lovely team. Posted to you free of charge, of course. So, the entrants we've had so far. I'll pick the best ones because I'm not going to say all of them. Because, there weren't that many, to be honest. There weren't many entries. But I want to create the illusion that we've got hundreds. You know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
So, the first one, the first suggested moment was, and this is, to be honest, I think this is a fairly strong contender to begin with. There's a point where Anna, my wife, was attacked by a horsefly. And I had to stop the episode to go and rescue her.
That was pretty good.
Oh, yes.
So, I don't know how much you remember. There's an episode of Glowworm was in it, and we were talking about goblins, and he was just chatting away, and I said, hold on, everybody, I've got to go. And then I vanished away, and you could just hear these sounds of scuffling, of like fighting and screaming or whatever. And I said, sorry, everybody, I had to rescue Anna from a horsefly. And Glow said it was the ordeal equivalent of the Blair Witch Project. So that's quite a strong contender to start with, I think.
Solid, yeah.
I had somebody suggest that. So, the last episode, episode 99, we had audio problems in it. And this is to do with the audio stretching I was telling you about earlier. And somebody suggested that peak anything but a 1 is not being able to hear me in the background because the audio is really bad. So, as I was explaining how to win the prize, you couldn't hear me saying it because the audio was out of sync and really quiet.
Excellent.
Which is pretty good. I think that's pretty good as well.
That is pretty on brand for anything.
If anything sums up the last 99 episodes, that might be it. Yeah.
Oh, this is one for you, Naz. Somebody said their favourite moment of all 100 episodes was hearing about how not only vampires won Thrudball, but when you set up 13 players and then, because of the new rules, got both Griff and Morg sent off on turn 0.
That was pretty great, yeah.
The thing is, at least everyone can agree it's funny.
Oh, it was
yeah,
very
absolutely.
funny. It was
undeniably hilarious, yeah.
It was particularly funny because before that moment you were saying, oh, I'm doing really well with Halflings. I haven't lost a game. Yeah, that's all going really well. And then we're chatting to you afterwards. How'd it go, Mike? Well, the last game didn't go as well as the rest of them. Why is that?
Because I lost half my team value before it even started.
Yeah.
More than half.
More than half, yeah. Way more than half.
Do you know about these new rules here, Dave? About the sending off rules? Are you familiar with this one?
No.
All it
It's
is
not
is.
nice. It's not nice.
You know how, like in the old days, if you were to set up more than 11 players on the pitch, if you can possibly imagine such a thing happening? I personally can't. Never done it once in my life. But it used to just be you'd have an awkward conversation with your opponent and they'd say, oh, what should we do? Oh, we'll take this one off. Yeah. What you do now is if the moment you see it, you stop the game and you say, you've got too many players on the pitch, I'm going to choose that one to get sent off. And then you pick a person and they just get sent off straight away. And that's it.
Wow.
So it means it's harsher, but there's a set things to do. You know, the rules are there, they're clear. So that's when the Mike's opponent said, oh, you've got more than 11 players. And Mike went, oh, okay, you've got to send one off. Are you going to pick Morg or Griff? And they went, no, when I say you've got more than 11, you've got 13.
No. Let's be fair. He only noticed that I had one too many players because he'd already casualtied one of them. It was the fact that I pointed out that I'd circled 13 and got me the other one sent off.
I could just see the little devil on the shoulder going, oh, if I don't mention it, and then the little angel popping up, I should probably mention it. So, what we've got. Someone suggested their favourite moment was me having a rant about how we're all sleeping on shadowing being the best skill in the game, which could be several moments.
I was going to say, when every episode started.
Doesn't narrow it down.
Are we now agreed that it is definitely not the best skill in the game because it is incredibly bad now?
It is measurably worse under Blood Bowl 2016, Blood Bowl 2020. So.
Well, they had to tone it down. It's so powerful.
That's true, yeah.
That
That's true. They listened to that episode and went, shit, that sounds really powerful skill. We better nerf that for sure.
Well, I'm not saying, right, that they listen to every word I say, but I bitched about Weeping Daggers and they removed it. They nerfed shadowing because it's too
not
good.
Not only that, but the designer admitted that he was wrong.
That's my best moment of the last 100 episodes. I don't even care if it's not in the episodes.
That
is so good when that happened.
What, the Weeping Daggers thing?
Yeah,
yes.
that is peak nerd getting the games designer to admit they were wrong. And I mean, you know better than the games designer.
Surely everyone wasn't a fan of that.
Well, no one seemed to be bothered about it except me for some reason.
Well, and that's only because you fell victim to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like it wasn't based purely on your rant. I think other people would have given feedback.
On the other hand, don't take it away from him because it's been making him happy for years.
That's all I've got left.
All right, fine, we'll give him this one.
That's going on the gravestone. Got Weeping Daggers removed from Blood Bowl.
I am still the only person that I know who was actually affected by it as well in the game rules.
This is true.
Twice in one game. Yeah. The only time it's ever been a thing. And that's only because I was playing Dom Fluff, and he went out of his way to try and make it happen by blitzing me with freaking gutter runners at every opportunity. Just so. Prick.
So, surely that means your opinion of it would have been somewhat biased as well.
Oh, no, I already hated it. And the reason I kept complaining about it is why Dom went out of his way to try to make it as painful for me as possible. Because that's just the kind of guy he is.
Let's be fair, he did.
Well done, Dom, I suppose.
Yeah. Well,
I think we can objectively say it wasn't a good idea.
Correct. Yeah, funnily enough, I agree. We had someone suggest that their favourite moment is when they win the team for selecting favourite moment. That's very meta.
Nice.
It's very meta,
but I respect it.
It's worth a go, but I mean, I wouldn't
appreciate the attempt.
And so the final one that we've got is 12th man bitching. Why is it always about me bitching about stuff?
Because you do it a lot. Yeah.
Because that's 75% of the podcast.
I mean, that's fair. 12th man bitching about having to change his NAF name. And the subsequent moment in Double Skulls when they talked, not Double Skulls, in Both Down where they talked about it. Do you remember that? There was a bit in Double Skulls, a bit in Both Down, where is it Kilowog said, I just want to congratulate Twelfthman for being brave enough to stand up and say that he loves Trump. And that I really support his love of Trump. And thank you for standing on that podium. And I was like, oh, thanks, boys.
I assume that at some point there was a reason why you were. Trumpkin. Yes.
Do you mean to explain why? I can tell you why.
We are all going to assume that it's all related to the glorious Orange Leader.
Well, the truth of it is I just fucking love Donald Trump.
Our glorious Orange Leader who may or may not have committed some light treason.
I mean, it's true. It's true. He had to take off his MAGA hat to put his headphones on, so you can't see it now.
You can't. It's like, even if it comes out that, oh, guess what, everyone? Trump had the nuclear button just on his bedroom door or whatever, nobody would go, oh my God, what a shock. They'd be like, oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Seems legit.
No, it came from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There is a dwarf called Trumpkin. And way back when, I had a NAF name, not NAF name, like an online name. And it was Guffle Trumpkin. That was my name. You know, like when you come up with names. And then that got shortened eventually.
That's you?
That was me all along. I admit it. And then it just got shortened down to that. And so, yeah, I thought this is fun. It's a fun word. And I like the sound of it. You know, it's a bit of a laugh or whatever. And then Donald Trump became a thing, and I just thought, and I shit you not, I'm being attacked by a moth. No.
Oh my
Not
god.
again. Did you see it?
Horsefly 2.
Did you see it fly around?
The Reckoning.
Oh, Jesus. Get out of here.
I think this is a sign.
Look at your flinching looking at that moth. How the hell did you save your missus from horsefly?
I was a stronger man then.
Who understood he actually won that fight?
Yeah, I was going to say there was no sign that he succeeded in that mission.
I am
there was
secretly
a
the
scuffle-
horsefly.
Yeah, there was a scuffle and he came back. So that's all we know.
Well, I mean, those are the suggested moments. So, the horsefly attack that I narrowly avoided death in, not being able to hear me announcing that there's a prize because the audio was so bad, someone winning the team before it's even suggested that he wins the team, Nazgob's wonderful moment where he got his best player sent off. Me ranting about sleeping on shadowing, and me ranting about changing my name. There are some moments that I'd like to add here, which I very much enjoyed over the last few years. I very much enjoyed watching Merrick kill Deeproot on a Go For It. That was good fun. And having that recorded on air.
That was recorded. Yes, that was recorded live on air. I remember that quite well.
Yeah. So we just walked.
I would like to veto that one.
It's just great. I mean, I think you were just finishing your game, and I happened to be. It was Albion Coast Trophy, and I was like, so how's it going, Merrick? All right? Yeah, it's all going okay. Oh, Deeproot's just fallen over. Oh, it's fine. He's through the armour. Oh! And it all just got very exciting. So
I think it was quad sixes. And that's never good when you've just rolled a 1 on you. Go for it.
I remember getting very drunk at Thrubball and having a big heart to heart with you, Merrick, at some point on air, going a big drunken ramblings about Blood Bowl in general. And
yeah, I think that was your first Thrubball as well.
It was. Possibly. I got very drunk.
Welcome to Thrubball.
Yeah. I got so drunk that when I went for a blood test a few weeks later, they said I had abnormal liver function.
Those things may be connected, yeah.
You asked me, Merrick, have a sniff of this. What am I drinking? And I said, that's Diet Coke and Tesco brand brandy. And you were like, oh my God, you're so good. It's like, dude, you showed me earlier. You clearly got so battered you forgot that you told me what you were drinking. Yeah. I'm like, guess what I'm drinking? But the look on your face when I said that, I was just like...
I was very impressed. Yeah. Oh, it would have been if I could remember it. I remember Glowworm handing me a drinking horn full of something blue at one point. I remember that happening.
I mean, nothing could go wrong with that.
No.
Honestly, that 90% of the times I see Glowworm, he hands me something to drink and just says, don't ask what it is. Just drink it.
Any of you guys got any particular moments over the last 8 years that you remember as being particularly interesting or fun or whatever?
The trouble is, we weren't told we had to do homework.
Well, think of it now. On air, live. Think, monkeys, think.
I suspect one of the many occasions where we used to do recordings at tournaments where we generally hang around outside and go, how did that one go? That was shit. Okay, how did you do in that round? It was shit. I got diced. And we all started again. It was rubbish. Can we go home now?
I enjoyed one of the first on-site recordings we did where in round 1, it was like 6 Bristol coaches put together on 3 tables. I think it was a cake bowl or crumb bowl or something like that.
Yeah.
And 2 of them were like into podcast games. And you were just dashing around going, Dave, who are you playing? I'm playing Naz. Mike, who are you playing? I'm playing Nightwing. Steve, who are you playing? I'm playing Dave. It's just like everyone was just playing each other in round 1 in a tournament of like 50 people. We all just drew each other.
Yeah. That's cool. And since then, I've played Matt. I don't even know how many times at tournaments now. I don't even know.
We're well into double figures, aren't we, I think?
Which is crazy. Yeah.
And I also have never played. The amount of times we've been to tournaments, we've never played each other at a tournament.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Okay, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I actually don't know if we've ever played at a tournament, Dave. I expect we have.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, because I gave you a lift once to Cake Bowl and we were late. So we ended up playing.
By default, yeah.
Just by
really?
default,
Was that a thing that happened?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. But
I had ogres when you was halflings, I think.
So
No, that makes sense.
If we were
I don't remember it,
to
but I'll take your word for it.
Dave and Matt in a car to a tournament, make them late, they'll get drawn against each other, and there we go. Does this also mean. Oh, no, it won't work. I was going to say, if I give Matt a lift and we both turn up late, then we won't play each other. But no, that means we will definitely play each other.
No, we'll definitely play each other.
Yep, that makes more sense.
Oh, wow, we've played each other 5 times.
Clearly, some memorable games.
And I've never beaten you in 5 attempts.
Well, that's obviously
4 wins, 4 wins for Dave, 1 draw. And that Ogre versus Halfling We've Dashed Their Super Late game was a 0-0 draw.
Oh, worth a drive.
How worth it?
I remember playing you, Dave, at the Bubba Bowl where you remember how many of the others of you were there when you got to make your own star player? And you got to make a player that represented you in some way? Do you remember that one?
That.
Oh, yeah.
And the field was very much divided between people like Dave and I think myself, who thought, let's think of a fluffy way we can do this. So, Dave, if I remember, you were Chaos, so you were a beast man, you were a donkey man, and you had and you gave yourself kick. Yeah. And I thought, that's so good, it makes perfect sense. Yeah. And I was playing elves, and I had an elf with shadowing, and I think foul appearance or something like that, right? Or always hungry, some vegan skill. I can't remember what it was. So, players that weren't very good but were fluffy. And then you had other people who went, well, I'm going to have a War Dancer on my Chaos Pack team or Chaos Dwarf team or whatever. So you go like, yeah, this is I'm playing a human team, and this is my Strength 6, Movement 10, whatever, Minotaur. And you go, oh, okay, that represents you, does it? This is my Atch 4 Human Catcher on my Chaos Dwarf team. Oh, all right, yeah, okay. That makes perfectly sense, doesn't it? Yeah, so I remember playing. To me,
where's your problem?
It's not in the spirit of the thing, Naz. Not in the spirit of the thing.
In my defence, I was very clearly a halfling, much more Merrick than a halfling.
Exactly.
Fair.
What was the first tournament we all went to? There must be a tournament all 5 of us went to. Were you all at Bubba Bowl when it was in Dave's barn?
No, I never went to Dave's barn.
Oh.
No, everyone else was there because I played you in the first game, Alex.
Yep.
And I think, if I remember, Mike, we didn't play, but we were on the 2 bottom tables, and I drew my game, and you won the wooden spoon that year.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is something that gets brought up every single time. All you had to do was either win or lose, and I didn't get the wooden spoon.
Indeed, yeah. I did, yeah, that's true.
Still not over that, but it's fine.
Oh man. Do you know what? I know I mention this all the time, but that was probably one of my most enjoyable tournament experiences I've ever had. I absolutely loved every second of it. It was my first tournament, and it was literally in a barn. And it was fucking great. I loved the food. I loved the atmosphere. I loved that at the end, we had to illuminate the tables with like floodlights or something. It was
fantastic.
Think about that too much.
It was great fun. It was very cold.
That was one of the first tournaments, I think, that San brought both his kids along, and I just remember being verbally abused by children in one of my games. And honestly, it was one of the most emasculating things I've ever had in my life.
They're like grown up now. They're like going to uni and stuff.
They are very grown up.
Yeah.
I won most casualties on that with halflings.
Nice. Yeah.
Always be proud of the most casualty with halflings.
I was very new.
Even if you're using Mork.
I didn't even have one.
Because I was new to Blood Bowl then, so I didn't really know much about it. And I remember seeing a halfling team, and I thought, what idiot's taking a halfling team to a tournament? They can't be any good. And then it was realising, oh man, look what they can do, and they've got deep root. It was like, my mind was blown. Oh, we had there was the custom star player then as well, wasn't there? There was the cow. Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
I've still got my little trophy somewhere for best cow. I made it. I made that cow from scratch. Well, sort of. I had a big lump of green stuff, and I put ogre arms for its front and back legs, and then I put some horns on it.
I think I have an answer for the tournament that we were all at for the first time, all 5 of us. It looks like it was I think it was Gert Bowl 5.
Ah.
In 2015. Which was, admittedly, before Naz joined the podcast. In fact, might have even been before the podcast started. But
2015 it would have been, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we were all at that one.
Wow.
So, I don't know if we want to count once the podcast started, but I've literally gone onto all of our coach pages and just booted up the tournament listings. And Gert Bowl 5 is the earliest
That's
one.
organisation. We could have done, any of us could have done that, but only you did. And that's
Well, I haven't got much else to add, to be honest with you, so I might as well make myself useful.
My NAF membership's run out, so I couldn't even do it if I wanted to.
You can search up coaches by name even without your.
You can
being logged on, actually.
cyber stalk other coaches even without looking on you.
Because my NAF membership has also run out, and so
Right, so you know.
yeah, I'm doing the exact same thing.
That was a hell of a
I'm not
tournament,
logged
Gert 5. I remember, did I play you, Merrick, at Gert 5? You playing
Possibly. Let me have a
Kemri?
look.
I think
We
you
were
were
all
playing Kemri.
we were doing a Kemri challenge.
I wasn't.
In fact-
I was playing
That's
elves.
not fun.
Bear with just 2 seconds.
No one enjoys the idea of Kemri on Kemri. I still think that one of the worst games of Blood Bowl I've ever played was against you, Alex.
Oh, I mean, was it at Gert Bowl? Because we played at Gert Bowl. You and I played at Gert Bowl 5. Oh, look.
2015.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Dune Messiah 2015 Gert Bowl.
Very
Nice.
Kemri.
Very nice.
Glowworm organised a Kemri tournament, didn't he? Or at least a Kemri off.
I think we are due for another one.
No, we're not.
Oh, yes, we are.
How about a rat off?
Well, if you're doing a podcast one, sure, and you're on about quantity over quality, it's got to be a snotling off.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's not a terrible idea. I don't hate that.
I'm actually okay with that. That sounds pretty fun.
I'm playing
also-
Snotlings in a league at the moment.
The problem is that it involves all 5 of us being at a tournament at the same time, which
That's
seems
the more
unlikely.
challenging element. Yeah.
But going back to that tournament, yeah, I remember, right, I played you for the first time ever, Naz. Never met you before, and we played a game. I remember this clear as day. I don't know why this game sticks out to me. It was game 6, and it was my Pro Elves with Eldril versus your Orcs. Do you remember?
I don't. I honestly know, but I'm just sat here thinking I was probably using for blocking black orcs.
You had a chainsaw.
Oh, did I have a chainsaw? Oh, superb.
And I
Never a
remember
good choice.
the chainsaw kicked back and hit himself and would have taken himself off the pitch. And we couldn't remember whether a chainsaw added +3 to his own armour when he hurt himself. And we went, it's probably not. Don't worry about it. And so we carried on. And the game itself was horrific in so many ways. I took off a few of your orcs, and you took off a lot of my elves. And it came down to it was 2-2, and you had to get the you had a receiver on the scoring touchdown line, and in one turn you had to pick up the ball and throw it 2 squares to him. And you made every single roll except the final catch. It was so tense, that game. It was so good. It was a really good one. I actually gave you a hug at the end of it because it was so emotional.
Ah.
Fucking orcs, pricks.
Bloody orcs.
I know. No. Has anyone else got any memorable moments from the podcast? Do you want to share? Or anything? Anything memorable at all happened, or has it all just been a long, monotonous grind? I'm going to shift my chair.
Episode 48 when the first one that mic was good.
Yeah. Oh, that was a real highlight, actually.
Which one was that? What happened?
The first one that you went in, 48.
Oh, God, yeah. I don't think that was the first one I wasn't in.
Oh, well, that was a particularly good one.
Because that was post Naz joining, Naz and Knightley joining. Because my first departure was within the first year because I just didn't have the time or health to do it anymore, basically. And then when I got better, I came back, and then it turns out my quality had gotten shit, so I left again. Then I came back, and then I got bored, so I quit again.
Just fair enough. I'm sure there have been a few episodes, a few times, I can't remember who it was, where one or two of us, or one of us in particularly, hasn't been in the chat in some way, hasn't been in the Discord call. So they've just been chatting away and wondering why everyone's ignoring them or something. I'm sure that's happened once or twice.
So many times, and so many robot voices.
Oh, the robot voices are great. The Daleks.
Robot voices, yeah.
Yeah, those are brilliant.
I was really reassured at the start of this when, to me, Hung started sounding like a robot.
This is a taster of the old days. I don't know if you ever listened to the first episodes, Mike, but
Yes.
they were dangerous.
For his sins.
Oh, jeez. I liked it when Glow came on a couple of times. Whenever he hosted Bloodbusters, that was always fun.
Yeah.
God, yeah. Because you had to follow Glow's weird, twisted train of logic of what the answer actually was. Because it was never actually a straightforward answer.
It was like playing an old point and click game from the 90s. He'd ask you a question. He'd be like, "What is Bertha Big Fist's favourite finger?" or something. And you'd be like, And then
the answer was like fish finger or something like
or
that.
It'd be like, the one she flicks Puggy with or whatever, and you'd be like, what? It'd be some weird, bizarre question.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, or he'd say, what was the one he said before? It was something like, true or false, Bertha Big Fist employs a goblin to clean off deep root sap. Something like that. And you're like, false? And they go, no, it's true. And they go, oh, all right. Oh, maniac. Oh, so in a loving way, Glow, we love you. We have to figure out which episode, which is the memory we like the best. I vote, I think, possibly, it's got to be the horsefly because it's hilarious. And I actually found it and listened back to it today, and I'm going to put it in, I'm going to try and insert it in here somehow. I don't know how that's going to work on the video, but it'll work on the audio, I hope. But in case you can't listen, if it doesn't work, episode 25, 19 minutes and 10 seconds in. That's when you have to go to.
It was that early, was it?
Yeah.
It was that long ago. Yeah. It was a later one.
No, it was the episode about goblins. I was in Bristol in the 8, and we were about 10 minutes in. And I remember where I was. I was sitting in the front room on my table, and Anna was watching TV or on the laptop or something. And then she starts getting a bit worried and nervous and shouting and crying. And then I manfully strut off to help her. And it escapes my hand and hits me in the eye.
Excellent.
That's my vote. Anyone else? Matt, what's your vote?
I'm going to go for episode 99 for when we couldn't hear you announce the prize, because that is such an anything but one thing to do. So.
That's fair. That's fair. Matt? Mike?
I don't think I can vote for anything other than a reference to you loving Trump. So clearly that one.
I do love Trump, apparently.
I'm going to add a vote to, I'm going to agree with Matt. The episode 99, we literally can't hear you describe the contest. It's the most anything but a one thing. We have audio issues that literally stop you from entering a competition. That is just.
Yeah, that's one I was going to agree with as well.
In that case, the vote is cast, the decision has been made, and I think that's Stoelli. So, congratulations. This team will be winging its way to you very soon. And yes, therefore, we will agree officially the most enjoyable moment in the past 8 years and 100 episodes is when I fucked up the audio and therefore no one could hear me talking about the competition.
And in the entire 8 years, it's the one that happened in the last episode.
Yeah, it happened after I said.
The previous 8 years, pointless.
Yeah. Completely pointless. Great. Well, thanks very much, everybody. I appreciate it. No, it's a worthy moment, definitely. Okay, so I have got in front of me here. We've got a guest star. We've got one of Dave's young'uns. Hello.
Yeah, he's failing me, not get me a beer.
Oh, dear.
I mean, let's face it, what a gift for if not to get you a beer.
I was on Amaretto. That's what I was on today because, I don't know, it just was.
To be fair, Alex, you've got a guest star because I can now see the moth in your window.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big fucking moth, isn't it?
It is a big moth, yeah.
And the thing is, I shut the window to try and not get any more moths in, but now this one can't get out. Well, anyway, I'll just have to carry on manfully.
I don't have a guest star. I feel left out.
Well, you've got. I genuinely, right, for a second, when I saw your camera, the first thing that flashed into my head was Nazi flag. And then I was like, oh shit, okay, no, it's the Squad Chaos flag. That's okay.
It's literally the Squad Chaos flag. Like, literally, I'm not.
I've been rewatching Community, and I thought it was the Community flag to start with.
Pluribus anus.
So it was the red, it was the black lines, and I thought, oh shit, what's happened to Mike? It's finally happened.
What do you mean it's finally happened?
Okay, right. I've got 10 questions about the podcast for you, the podcast, for the 100th episode special of Blood Blusters.
Oh, God.
Are you all ready to take part in this?
It will go exceptionally well, and that we will get every single one of these between us.
Oh, for sure.
Do we need buzzers?
Obviously.
Always.
Obviously, you need buzzers. What kind of stupid question is that, Mike?
Can I just shout Dave?
You can shout Dave.
That means Dave's now got to find a buzzer.
No, so if Dave wants to revert to the classic Dave, I will get a buzzer.
It does seem only fair, given that his name is actually Dave.
I know. I just wanted to get in that callback.
The kids are running out of toys now, so I haven't got anything that makes noises.
Let's load up the old Xbox.
I never thought of doing that. I could find.
Hang on, let's see if this works.
I've got a little thing that sings Baby Shark. I could get that.
Oh no!
Why would you ever have such a thing? Hold on, I want to see
my choice.
Throw in the bin. I thought when you have young children, I thought what you're supposed to do is accidentally lose the batteries of all their toys. Was that a klaxon that you used to play on your phone whenever you were.
Hang on.
Oh.
How was that particular? Because I've got headphones on, I can't tell.
No, we heard that. Don't worry.
We heard that, yeah.
All right, I'm going to turn it down a smidge then.
No, it wasn't too loud. Honestly, it was fine. So,
excellent.
It was just right. Yeah, it's fine.
So,
Perfect.
Mike, your klaxon is a klaxon. Great, thanks for that.
It's a horn.
A horn. It's an air horn of some kind. It's a really lovely sound. That's all I can tell you. Matt, what's yours?
I'm just going to say Alex.
Do you know what you used to do?
That's not going to get confusing.
Do you remember you used to use the clanky chains?
I used to jangle my keys, but I don't have them on me at the moment. I can go get them. But,
I mean, I personally think that would be really good.
I think you should stick with the Alex.
Fine.
No.
He's doing it now. He's doing it now.
My joke.
What was the joke going to be?
Dave, what's your. Oh, Mike, go Mike and Mike, what's your buzzer?
Well, so my buzzer was going to be Matt.
Oh, no. Can we hear the clanky chains? There we go.
Very
the clanky
loud.
chains.
Yeah.
I will stick with Awooga.
We have the Awooga. And Dave, what are you going then for your buzzer?
I'll probably stick with Dave. I'm just trying to Google soundboards.
Just going on Amazon Prime, seeing what you can get delivered in the next 10 seconds.
Yeah.
All right, okay, well. Are you ready for some friggin' blood blusters?
Absolutely.
Oh, God, here we go.
Fucking
give us 10 questions we're never ever going to be able to answer.
You might get them. I mean, you've got more chance of getting these than I did of getting friggin' this is what happened in Blood Bowl 1981 or whatever. What was the original name for Jervis Johnson's pet squig or something? I don't bloody know. So,
who doesn't know that? Jeez.
Question number 1. Blood Blusters was the name we settled on when we first came up with this whole idea. But can you name any of the other potential names that we were going to give it? Matt, point for each one. The Weakest Skink was one of them. You get a point.
Oh, God.
There were 3 others.
Awooga.
Oh, yeah.
Who wants to be a Blood Bowl player?
That was never one of the original ones. That's a Merrick.
Who wants to be a skillionaire?
That wasn't one either.
But that's pretty good, actually. Why didn't we consider that?
The Weakest Skink was the one we very nearly went for.
Yeah.
Awooga.
Mike?
Was it Blockbuster?
No, it wasn't.
But Blockbusters would actually make sense.
It would.
Yeah.
It would be very good, actually. Well, they were all on the website, but I'll tell you anyway. So, the Weakest Skink was the closest one. We had Universe Snotling Challenge.
Yeah.
That's the potential to be one. Whose lineman is it anyway? Was one we talked about.
Oh, that's good.
And I think we were going to do Block the Week or Orc the Week. Was it Block the Week? It might have been Block the Week.
Block the Week probably makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, so those were the ones we nearly went for, but didn't. Speaking of Blood Blusters, so we're 100 episodes in now. Which episode featured the first quiz? What number episode?
Awooga.
Hey.
Oh, hold on, we got a mic first.
Which mic?
8.
Yeah.
We got a NASCOD mic. Mike says 8. Does he say 8? Mike says 8. It's not right. Then we had a Dave.
I'm sure it was quite early on, wasn't it? I'll say 2. I thought I reckon 1. But...
Were you going to guess 1, Mike?
Sorry?
Did you say. So Dave said 2. What did you say, Merrick?
I didn't say anything yet. I was actually going to say 11.
11. Ooh. It's not quite right. No one's hit it on the button yet. Matt?
I'm going to go episode 5.
Well, I'll tell you. It was episode 10.
Was it?
Ooh.
It was.
One off.
Which actually gives him Mike.
What are we chatting about?
I don't
What were we doing for the
know.
first 9 episodes? Jesus, yeah.
It was episode 10. It was the Ogres episode. And it had what I still think is one of the best pun episode names, which was The Ogre Rant. As in the Ogre Rant.
Oh, that's
the
not
Ogre,
bad. Yeah,
you know?
that's not bad. Yeah.
Okay. So, speaking of puns, what was episode 1 called? Oh, that's a Merrick.
Oh, shit. No, my mind's gone. Because I know exactly what it is as well.
Oh, it's a real shame. I'm going to have to pass it over.
Yeah, please
Anyone else got it? Episode 1. Think about what team are we talking about? Episode 1.
Hold on. Can I know what it is now. I just remember what it is because I named one of. Can I say it now?
Okay.
I named it Old Hobbits Die Hard.
That was episode 2.
No, really? No. I thought it was Halflings episode 1.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was Humans episode 1.
It's Humans episode 1.
And I know what it was too. I know what it is.
Anyone going to guess, or shall I just tell you? I've seen all of Dave's family coming now. Have you got anyone else?
Yeah,
Is your granny coming over? Old Auntie Mildred popping in?
The dog.
Yeah. Any of the cows popping their heads around? It was called Oh, the Humanity Team.
Yeah. Everyone else had multiple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. I knew it as well.
Sorry,
It was
Mike.
close, Mike. That was pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, so, right. A little while ago, I've got one in my hand here. We created a set of dice for the podcast. So, not the first round, the second round.
Yeah.
There is a very particular fun feature about this dice. It is blank on 5 of its 6 sides. What is on the 6th side?
Aruga.
Oh, Mike. What? Hold on. Is that your buzzer, Mike? Like tuning into Radio 4 or something?
It's not my buzzer.
No, my. Sorry, carry on.
Is that you ordering food?
No, what it was I'm running it off of a YouTube video, my air horn. It skipped to the next video.
Right, okay.
What was the next video?
Me pressing my buzzer was me starting the next video. So that was technically me buzzing in. But,
So
yeah.
your buzzer was, hey everyone, welcome to my Let's Play.
Pretty close. But yeah, no, I fucked up.
So, Mike, what's on the 6th side of this dice?
It's an elf falling over with the words "uh-oh."
Yeah, I knew that.
Correct.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Elf falling over with the words "uh-oh" on it. Well done, Naz. So it's all to play for. It's 1 point each, except for Dave.
Nice.
What was the. Oh, you've got one on a. Yeah, I remember that. That's the 2-Up Cup. Yeah. That helps. If you could have said she's got a sort of hairstyle and she's got a little eyeball. It's in Comic Sans, size 8. Okay. So, which was the first episode in which we welcomed Nazgob?
Aruga.
Yeah.
54.
You think 54? Anybody close
I'm
to
not
54?
in any way confident. But...
Because you're not in any way right.
Dave.
Oh, we had a Merrick first. Merrick?
I think it was much earlier. I think it was in the teens. I want to say 18.
Okay. Dave?
Surely
Dave?
not.
I'm going to say 28.
Oh, Dave says 28. Matt, what are you going to go for?
I think it was earlier, but not that early. So I'm going to say episode 30.
Well, I can tell you it was episode 26.
Oh.
Bloody hell, that means I've been doing this for a lot longer than I thought I had.
Nearly 75 episodes next time for you, then, Mike. Okay. So,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
Can
well.
I get a cake?
No. I'll buy you a keg next time I see you. Just to say thanks.
A keg?
Oh, keg? Definitely not.
I said cake, but I heard keg.
I mean, both are good. Both are good.
I'll buy a keg next to you. So, that was episode 26, and the date of that episode was. I'll tell you now.
This is going to be worse than the number, to be honest.
November the 2nd, 2016.
Oh, you're coming up on your 6-year anniversary.
Yeah, that's not at all disturbing.
It hit me when. It was
yeah. And as well, Mike, don't forget, technically speaking, this is your 75th episode because we did a recording before, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Alex hasn't done his work yet, you know.
Yeah.
In my defense, I keep forgetting.
Is it actually Naz's 75th episode, though? Did Naz have any absences? Because there were some that all went in.
Oh, that's a valid point.
There are probably.
probably.
Yeah, we've all had absences.
Yeah,
But
so it's probably not. It's probably not episode number 75. In the same way as it's not episode 100 for.
Yeah.
Probably not even episode 100 for Alex. I think Alex has been absent.
No, well,
Yeah, I've not
no,
been in
Alex
all of
has
them.
definitely missed one or two.
And technically speaking, we have done extra episodes that weren't considered episodes. So this is probably not episode 100 officially. Like it
I was
is,
going
but
to say
it's not.
it's 100 plus.
What
but
a
this
waste of time.
Why
Sorry,
are we even
Dave.
here? Right,
Sorry,
I'll
Dave,
see-
yeah.
Anyway,
let me know
so-
when it's the proper episode 100.
See, this is why you miss having you on the podcast, Dave. You used to
The
keep us on a
insights.
straight and narrow. All right, so did you know you're all on 1 point? How fucking exciting is that? Okay,
Excellent.
so. How long was the longest episode ever?
Dave,
Oh, so I had several at once. Dave, what are you saying?
6 hours?
You're saying exactly 6 hours on the nose, are you?
Well, that's what you said earlier, so yeah.
Okay, so David said 6 exactly. Merrick?
I want to say it was like 6 hours, 20 minutes or something like that.
6 hours and 20 minutes. Anyone got any other?
Fuck me, sorry.
That's
It's this
Merrick
fucking.
again.
YouTube is just skipping videos, and I'm really sorry. This is what happens when I trust YouTube. I'm really sorry. Fuck off. Sorry. I'm just going to try. I can't even mute. I can't mute either.
This is the high quality production values that
Yeah.
the listeners love.
Come
to be
to know
honest.
and love.
Oh, yeah.
So, any further guesses? Come on. We have
Okay,
6
I will
hours,
go.
6 hours 20. Go on, Mike.
6 hours, 11 minutes, and 21 seconds.
Okay. I'm going to do some maths, aren't I? Matt, what's your guess?
What do you think I threw the seconds in there?
6 hours, 7 minutes, and 21 seconds.
Oh, why'd you fucking have to do that? Right, hold on.
Oh, is it between Matt and Naz?
Yeah. No, it's not as bad as all that. Actually, it's not. It's slightly below. Matt is the closest. It was 6 hours and 6 minutes and 14 seconds. So Matt actually wins that one.
Okay.
But it was bloody close. Okay, during Bubble Bowl 3, we ran our first podcast challenge. What was it? Merrick?
Was that one where we all played Nurgle?
No, I don't believe
Dave,
that was a challenge.
No.
Dave?
Fuck off. Sorry.
no, because that wasn't the Camry one then, or was that later
No,
on?
that was before my time. Oh, hold on. So, was that a guess, Dave? Because your guess wasn't the Camry one. Because technically that's correct. But it's not the answer I'm looking for.
No, I doubted myself as I said it. Ignore me.
Matt?
Was that when we did the highest elf?
It was the highest elf. It was the high elf challenge. The highest
We had a crown.
high
We
elf.
had a crown and
The
everything, didn't
fucking
we?
high owl.
Yeah.
I knew it was a team
Yeah.
challenge.
We had a crown and everything. So, okay. What else we got here then? So, who won the Anything But a 1 year anniversary Dungeon Bowl special? That's Merrick.
I did.
He's correct.
Yeah, I think you did, yeah.
For a bonus point.
Aruga.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shit.
I mean,
Sorry.
Obviously,
Go ahead,
the
Mike.
watching audience was the one that really won.
That wasn't the answer to the question. They lost.
they did, yeah.
Go on, Mike, you
that
buzzed
buzzer
in.
was not me. That wasn't me buzzing in. I just accidentally
I mean-
restarted the video.
I started a question, I heard a buzzer. So, what's your answer, Mike?
All right. I'm gonna say the Jade College.
Incorrect. So, there are two remaining people who haven't answered. How did Mike win? What was the last? What did he score with to win the game? Which positional?
Was it.
Just guess a positional, right?
Was it a halfling?
It was not.
Human catcher.
Bloody hell, it was. No, it wasn't.
Wow.
really. No, I'm just kidding. It was a dwarf.
you did
I had because I had no humans in that team.
It was
I was like,
It was a dwarf blitzer who dodged away from Prince Moranian while holding the ball.
Yes, he did the dick.
That was a funny. Do you know, the best bit of that game, the best bit is when I've got frigging Count Luther and I run in to hit someone. I can't remember who it was. And you two. Double skulls. On camera, Mike and Matt chanting double skulls, and I get a frigging double skulls. Also, that's the one and only time I've ever taken Crazy Eagle, or whatever they're called. Never taken them again, because they're shit.
There's a reason.
Okay. So, this question seems a little dated. Did you know on the website, I used to write the questions for Blood Blusters down. I used to write them down, and then I would say, hey, you know.
Okay, yeah.
So, I don't think I'm going to ask that one, actually. I'm going to change it to another one. Because that one's
Go on,
just.
ask it. Ask it anyway.
I took the first ever Blood Blusters question was this question.
Oh, come on.
Funny enough, now I'm going to ask you what the question was.
Oh, cool.
Nobody got it correct when I answered it before.
I thought you were going to ask us what the question was. I was like,
Yeah.
So here was what the question was. And bear in mind, this is Blood Bowl, pre-Blood Bowl 16 rules. So
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So good fucking luck is all I'm saying. Here's the question. Is it possible, without the use of stunty or leap, to dodge into a standard cage on a 2+, and how?
Aruga.
Oh, there was 2 there. I
believe Mike was first.
Mike. Well, you're both called Mike. Naz, go.
Let's just assume that I'm Merrick. Let's put it.
No stunty, no leap. How do you dodge into a standard cage, i.e., 3 tackle zones? On a 2+.
If you have a plus strength tree man with break tackle.
Incorrect.
Really?
Right!
Yeah, but that was going to be my answer.
Nope.
Strength 7 with break tackle takes it to a 2+.
Nope, doesn't work.
It's not. It doesn't
I can
work.
tell you exactly
It does
why.
work.
Shall I tell you why? Strength 6 is the highest number you can get on a dodge. So you cannot get a 7. You cannot take strength 7.
36 is the best you can do.
Fuck. Oh, no, we've been.
Damn it. In that case, I know the answer.
Oh, what a shame.
I mean, the answer could be no, it's not possible, I suppose.
No, it is possible.
No, it probably is
It
possible.
is possible. I know the answer now. That's really annoying.
Anyone else? In fact, there's 2 ways you can do this. Anyone else?
So there's a consolation in a minute.
Nobody got it then. Have you learnt since? Merrick?
+2 strength. Don't you fucking start the next video. +2 strength vampire with break tackle, hypno gauge 1 cage.
No, it doesn't count because you're not dodging into 3 tackle zones then.
It's a standard cage.
This is so annoying. I know the answer.
Yeah.
And thus began several years of rules lawyering by Alex.
This is old Blood Bowl, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Titchy wasn't a thing?
Titchy.
That came in Blood Bowl 2016, didn't it?
It was a thing, but I said without the use of stunty. So you can't have Titchy without stunty.
Is it something
Well, I was going to say
with
Titchy is different to
break
Stunty,
tackle?
technically. Yeah.
You're along the right lines, Dave.
It's.
Look at Mike going crazy in the corner. The trick is 6 is the highest you can get on a straight roll, right? You can't be strength 7. You can't be agility 7. You can only be 6. So.
Don't help them. This isn't fair.
All right. I need a countdown clock.
No, I can't think.
No? All right. Well, I mean, Mike, would you like to give an answer? You won't get a point. For
It's not worth a point, but yeah.
It's not worth a point.
So, if you have a plus strength beast of Nurgle with break tackle and 2 heads.
Bang on.
Oh, yeah. 2 heads. Yeah, of course.
Oh,
yeah.
that's so smart. Shit.
2 heads.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah, so it's 2
It's
heads.
so incredibly situational.
Yeah.
Well, it also works as a gutter runner with 2 heads and agility 6. So, yeah, he's either going to be strength 6 or agility 6
yeah.
and then 2
Yeah.
heads.
Oh, agility. Yeah, shit. I forgot about just trying to boost agility. Yeah. No, I'd forgotten about 2 heads.
There you go. Well, there's only one last question, and Matt is on 3 points. Merrick's on 2, and Naz and Dave are on 1. So let's make this last one. Yeah, this last one's worth 10 points.
Completely
In
pointless
classic
fucking
style,
quiz.
yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You know what? It's because none of you will get this one. Because none of you, I bet you, have any of you ever even been on the website? That I've been.
Yes.
Well,
I literally just went on the website earlier to tell you that.
I've been on a website.
They've
Okay.
heard of websites, yeah.
All right, well,
Alec, we've been on your OnlyFans. Does that count?
I wondered who was paying me. Are you Sexy Legs 11?
No,
Okay.
I'm 2 heads.
Ah! Oh, I'm sure we talked about this before about what would be the best sexual names for Blood Bowl skills.
Oh, God.
Strong Arm was mine, or Tentacles. Okay, so there is a page on the website. This is the long game, this one here. On the left of the website, you've got episode list, you've got the about, the cast, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
There is a link which says other stuff. If you click on that, what does it say? What page does it take you to, and what is there? Don't click on it now.
Well, I know what it is. Fuck.
Awooga.
Mike's going to guess.
Does it take you to a page that just says, coming soon?
It does not take you to a page saying coming soon. When you click the other stuff link, what happens? Mike?
So I believe, from what I remember earlier, because I did click that link looking for your Kenry thing, and it says, sorry, there is no other stuff.
You know what? That's close enough. You click on it, it says, when you click on it, it says, it turns out there was no other stuff after all.
Yeah, it was like,
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Because originally I was going to put something on there.
I feel like I had a slight advantage from having clicked on that literally half an hour ago.
Well, that's fine
It's
for
fine.
doing research.
Yeah, you used the tools at your disposal. It's fine, yeah.
All right, okay. Well, that means we have a tiebreaker. All right,
you
here we
said
go.
that was worth 10 points.
Yeah,
You
but
said it was worth 10 points. Okay. He lied!
He's
The
clearly
point-
changed the rules.
The points were a
However-
lie.
Yeah.
I will accept only 1 point because I did have insider information.
Okay, very, very generous of you. Okay. So let me. I'm scrolling through all the Blood Blusters.
You need a question now, don't you?
No, I've got one here. Hey, do you remember when we always used to read like the anagram questions?
Oh,
Oh,
man.
God, yeah.
Everyone hated me whenever I busted out the anagram question.
So, no, I won't do that because that's. Oh, go on, I will. Okay, so.
So,
actually,
Mike, this is you and me head to head then, is it? Yeah.
Yes, this was an anagram round hosted by the one and only HungDonkeyman, Dave himself. So you can blame him for this one.
Now, let me just check something. Is there a chance that me or Hung could steal the victory at this point?
Yeah.
I mean, Hung wrote the question,
I'm
technically.
asking the
so-
question.
Each of these questions, it's worth 2 points. If you get
So,
it,
are we-
you'll be on
Wait, is
equals
that
and
a
there'll be
yes
another.
or no?
Yeah, so if you get it right, you'll be then tied with the winners, and then I'll have to do another tiebreaker.
So that's a yes. We can steal.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
fine, yeah.
Are you ready
I'm
for
gonna tell you
this?
how much I hate anagrams.
The anagram that Dave gave is for a skill, and the words are hot, wetter, mama. Merrick, straight in.
Throw teammate?
He's got it straight in.
Well played, Mike. Well played.
Straight in. Look at that. Very good question. Well, it was
You
all
forget how many of those that I wrote in my time.
Yeah.
right. Well, that's
Oh,
a
yeah,
I did a
HungDonkeyman.
lot of anagram rounds.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There you go. So, congratulations, Merrick. You win the 100th special Super Duper episode. That, of course, means you are now the host, and I can finally relax and let you run the episodes. For the next
That means
100.
that means the curse is broken. Alex is released.
Free!
Master has given 12 minutes sock. 12 minutes free.
Go back to being the champion.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that's been fun. Well, congratulations. Wow, I mean, I've talked about everything I wanted to talk about. We've been going for a little while. We've still got time. How exciting. I don't want it to end. I'm enjoying it. I know it's sad, isn't it? I know it's sad. It doesn't have to end just yet, but it feels like it might be a good natural time to do it. Unless any of you have anything you want to talk about.
Put a poll on Twitter. Let the fans decide. Do you want me and Dave to come? Absolutely no input to ask Dave on his
I was going
opinion
to
of
say, I
this.
should probably ask you guys first before I just did that, but I could. No, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, collectively, we have spent a long time together, each and every one of us individually and as groups. Except for, I guess, Dave and Naz. You guys haven't spent a lot of time together because you were never on the podcast at the same time.
Not quite so much. Not quite so much. But
Well,
we still have a high level of affection for one another.
Yeah, Dave, this is Naz. Naz, this is Dave. Sorry.
Go with sexual magnetism with us both on there.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That was the only reason. That's the only reason they couldn't be on the podcast at the same time until now. It was just too much. Like,
Wait, have we ever seen them in the same room together?
Well,
we have
that's a
now.
good question. That's a very good question. I haven't. Have I?
I mean, I'll
Go
be
for
honest,
it.
I'm honestly trying to remember if we've ever played.
Yeah, we have. I remember one at Expo.
Oh, there we go. Fine. I
Ah,
think, if
Xbox.
nothing else, we probably played each other in the league at some point, right?
No, because I never played League that much.
See, Dave, he's a tournament player, you see.
Yeah.
He's a ringer.
I used to be a contender.
Could have been somebody.
He only turns up when there's glory at stake. I mean, leagues of low level rubbish, chump. Who cares about them? Not when there's prizes, glittering shirts, you know. Don't know where that. It's actually a crane fly just turned up. I shit you not.
I was wondering.
Oh,
I was watching something
Fighting
in
them
like,
off.
the windowsill, and I was like, I wonder how long it's going to take for him to notice that.
It's actually a crane fly.
I love the way you didn't warn him.
Oh no, absolutely not. It would have been much funnier for him to find out by himself.
Well, I did.
And it was.
It was a lot smaller than the mythical crane fly of old, however, so thankfully I'm all right. Well, I mean, thank you for coming on, guys. I appreciate you taking the time to come in. It's been lovely having you back. It's really nice.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for the invitation.
Oh, you're welcome as always. See you in 100 episodes. Can you believe it? It's friggin' I can't believe we're doing it for so long. The bit that hit me, I've said it before. You may not have heard this, Dave. One of the guys, one of the listeners, made a post about it saying, oh, wow, I can't believe you guys have been going for this long. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, I used to listen to your episodes when I was like holding my newborn baby boy, and now he's off to like year 2 in school or something like that. And I'm still walking him to school listening to you guys still. And I'm like, fuck. That's mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad.
He's going to be playing Blood Bowl soon.
Well, maybe. Yeah. So much has happened since we first started recording. People have got married, had children. People have. Sorry, tried to fight off fucking swarms of crane flies. Get off. Get off.
So I realise this is an alien concept, but try shutting the window.
But it gets so warm in here.
It is too hot for shut windows, realistically. Because I'm with Alex on that one.
Yeah. And I made the mistake of wearing a jumper.
Yeah, why are you wearing a jumper?
I don't know, I just saw it.
Yeah.
I can tell you, though, that there's nothing on underneath.
Oh my goodness.
I won't show you anything less than that because it's far too early for that sort of shenanigans.
I love the way you won't show us anything less than that.
I won't go any higher.
Is it leg hours?
This is why we don't do it on camera.
Remember, guys, if you want to see more, OnlyFans is on its way.
I assume that camera is on underneath the desk.
Oh, yeah.
It's a dual cast, yeah.
You can just see me fighting off all these moths and.
That's where all the moths are coming from.
Yeah.
There's probably a particular fetish for that, I imagine. So.
Oh, if it's on the internet, then there is now. Welcome to 12 after evening podcast show.
To be fair, this episode of Anything But One has way more nudity than the average episode, where nudity content is normally 0. Yeah.
I was going to say, is also audio, so we don't actually see each other. Plus, we don't normally see each other even when we are recording.
No, I'm going to put it out there right now. If anything, I'm clothed than I would be on a regular episode because I have a webcam on.
I will say, I have recorded episodes where I wear a lot less than what I'm wearing at the moment.
Normally I have done episodes in my boxers. The fact that I've had to put on a shirt for this is just.
I definitely, in my old house, I definitely remember a couple where I was like, oh, it's so damn hot, because I was recording above the garage and it was a greenhouse. And it was unpleasant. I'm pleased that I no longer have to deal with the sweatbox.
Yeah.
Is that what they're calling it nowadays?
That's what it is on Grindr.
Welcome to the sweatbox.
Anyway.
This is degraded.
On that note.
You think we should possibly have stopped when we came out of the other side of Bloodblusters?
Yes.
No, absolutely not.
Now it's just waffling on them.
This is what the podcast is.
Yeah. This is all gold.
What they want.
We're trying to drag it out to the 2-hour mark.
No, it's fine.
There's another 15 minutes to go yet, lads.
Did I ever tell you about the time? No, okay. Well, thank you for coming. It's been a lot of fun, and I appreciate you making the time to come and spend the evening with us. It's been a pleasure, a joy to have you back. Mike and Naz, I see you guys. Sorry, Naz and Mike. That's too many. You two, the regulars. I see you all the time anyway, but no less enjoyable for having you here. Thanks for coming along. 100 episodes in. Who knows what will happen in the next next 100 episodes, who fucking knows? It'll just be Matt in the end. We'll all give up, and Matt will be there championing it through. I can see it. It's going to happen. We'll all be, who knows?
Not giving up.
100 episodes is a long time. 7 more years, maybe. Fucking hell. See you guys in 2029 for the 200th episode special.
Thanks for that, with the young un to go to secondary school.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, if we're still going, when that young lad wants to go to university, once the Tories have fucked the country, then we'll pay for him to go. There you go.
I mean, it is impressive that we managed that long without a proper political reference. So
there you go. Easily
done.
Well
done, everyone. Yeah.
It's well, tomorrow we'll find out who the new PM is, and I can't decide which I like best, being shot in the knee or shot in the elbow. It's really a difficult choice.
Okay.
Is that actually tomorrow? Well, that's snuck up fast.
I know. I literally can't wait. I'm super glued to my seat. I'm with such excitement. Anyway, I'm going to end this now. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. We have been Anything But One podcast.
What could go wrong?
Kaboom. Nothing.
He did it. He did the thing.
He did the thing.
He did the thing.
I really hope that we don't